want to dispel the myth that finding money that's in your business is a trade-off to improving the customer experience. I'm a owner and co-partner at Avius, and we're a global strategy and operational change firm. Fundamentally, what that means is that we're great at helping leaders find money that's trapped in the business in a way that strengthens customer experiences. So I've also taken a lot of that work and put it to work in a book called Domino. And I love talking about how to use customer experience to drive financial performance. You know, if you look in the dictionary for a definition of experience, it says that it's something that has to be passed through. And I think every experience starts with a person who's got a need or a problem or a desire that it's important enough that they'd trade something of value, typically money, to have solved. So their experience is what happens and how they feel as they realize the need, learn about options to try to solve it, try those options out, because we all do, no matter what it is, go through a buying process, all the way through to how our needs start to evolve over time. So I think a customer experience is that. What happens and how we feel as we go about trying to solve something that's important to us.
Right.
Indeed, in a former life as a line executive, I always knew that the closer that we could align all the kinds of decisions that we were making on a daily basis to what could best solve a need for the customers that we were serving, that the closer we could align our marketing and service decisions to solving needs for customers, we'd get some good performance for that. But when we aligned everything that we were doing, from product design decisions and pricing and marketing and service, but even which of these two smart people should I hire and should we make that capital investment or this capital investment, we'd make the most money.
Right.
And so over time I realized I needed more proof than just my experiences. And at Avius we've done a couple of rounds of national research that have actually shown that those leaders and those organizations that understand what their customer experience is and use it in daily decision making, they're actually twice as likely to beat their financial targets than organizations that don't do that. The key is understanding what is that ideal version. If you close your eyes and think about ideally what should happen and how customers should feel as they learn about you, try you out, etc. Now imagine that you could use that as a litmus test on a daily basis to say, as I make this decision, whether I'm choosing between two copy headlines or two smart people to hire or two investments that we should make, if I knew which of those decisions could get me 3 inches closer to that ideal, even though we might not ever actually achieve it, at the end of the day, if everyone across the organization does that, I guarantee you'll make more money. The key to know is that what you solve is a lot more important than what you sell. There's an old cliche that people don't buy drills, they buy quarter-inch holes. So if you think about it that way, let's say I woke up this morning and I had a stiff neck, which might not be so far from the truth. I could be, as I notice that I have a stiff neck, I could be thinking, I need some ibuprofen, or this is what I pay for not having worked out for a week, or I should go see my chiropractor, I haven't been there for 2 or 3 weeks, or I need new pillows. These pillows are shot. 4 very different products and services for this single problem. Now, notice when I wake up and I think I have a stiff neck, I didn't say I need ibuprofen. Psychologically, we think about the problem, desire that we're trying to solve. That's our instinctive kind of primal realization that we want to act on something.
Right.
And so my goal as a business is to try to just naturally be in the path that that person is trying to travel. How do I get in the way of that? What I call a triggering need. How do I get in the way of that? Maybe even cause more of them. Not that you'd want to have cause people to have stiff necks, but how could you get in the way of things that would cause people to realize they have a need you could solve?
Right.
Imagine all the things and people and ideas that have to move in your business from the moment you trigger demand until you have cash in the bank. That's your performance chain. Some performance chains are really fit, some not so much. So if you close your eyes and imagine that in your organization, the things, people, and ideas that have to move from demand to cash, how fast is it? How predictable is it? How flexible is it? Can it turn on a dime?
Right.
And are you getting the most from the people and capital in your business? That's the fitness of your performance chain. And the appropriateness or the fitness of your performance chain really does drive how much money you can pull out of your business. And
Right.
sometimes finding money is cost savings, sometimes finding money is driving revenue growth. But that notion of fitness of your performance chain is key. Now, the fifth secret, I mentioned four things: speed, predictability, flexibility, and leverage. Those things are really important from a fitness perspective. But knowing how much you should invest in one or all of those things to improve your performance chain requires an understanding of what your customers want from you. So aligning your performance chain to what you can do to best solve a problem for your target customer, that's how you know really what performance chain you should have. I want to dispel the myth that finding money that's in your business is a trade-off to improving the customer experience. Too many leaders I meet feel that that's a trade-off, and they feel trapped by that. And particularly after the last couple of years where you've restructured 6 times and rebudgeted 6 times, I lead a lot of people who fundamentally feel that they worry that they might have actually left their organizations weaker or cut off some path to sustainable growth. So what I love every leader to understand is that there's a lot of both liberation and performance waiting for you, knowing that you can pull money out of the business and strengthen the customer experience at the same time. And the way you can do that is A, know your target customer and the target experience that you'd like them to have, and B, take those ideas, things, and people that have to align from the moment you get demand until you have cash in the bank, that performance chain, and match the performance chain up with what you can do best to solve that problem for that customer. Stop spending money on the things that don't contribute to solving that need. Invest more heavily in the things that do, because in the long run, it's not what customers will accept, it's what they'll pay for that really matters.